Hi, Kidsters. Hi, families. I'm so excited for Number Corner because I haven't seen you since Thursday. Let's see what day today is. Can't wait till we get to the calendar. Get ready. Thumbs up. Elbows out. Get ready. I love math. Yes, I do. I love math. How about you? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Months of the year, get ready. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Months of the year. I have a new question today, Kipsters. How many months of the year are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many months of the year are there? 12 months. How many? You got it. My turn first. Today is Monday, April 6th, 2020. Your turn. Today is You all sounded so good. You said today is Monday, April 6th, 2020. Ooh, how many days is going to be so interesting. Get ready. How many days have we been in school? Count with me. Get ready. 100. Stop. Switch. Count by 10s. 110, 120, 130. Stop. Switch. Count by 1s. 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139. We've been in school a new day, so I need to add one more. Let me go ahead and add one more. Uh-oh. What do we see? I added one more, but what happened? Yeah, I added one more, and now I have 10 ones. Now I have, should I keep the ones like this? Well, I could, but if I switch it out with a 10 stick, it'll make it faster to count. Why can I turn 10 ones into a 10 stick? Right, because 110 is the same as 10 ones. Because it's the same as, let me go ahead and swap that out. I'm going to take away the 10 ones, and then I'm going to add a 10 stick, because I know 10 ones is the same as 110. Let's drop one. Then I'm going to add a 10 stick. Great. Now, let's count. Count with me. Get ready. 100. Stop. Switch. Count by 10. 110. 120. 130. 140. We've been in school 140 days. I'm going to go ahead and write 140 in my 110s and ones chart so we can see. Oh, I can make my zero a little neater than that. Right. So I went ahead and wrote the number 140. Now, I have a question. Is it odd or even? Odd or even? Odd or even? Odd or even? Is the number 140 odd or even? And how do you know? Is the number 140 odd or even? And how do you know? Okay, looking at the hundreds and the ones chart. Do we look in the hundreds place to help us to figure out if it's odd or even? Nah, so I'm not going to look in the hundreds place. Do we look in the 10 to see what numbers in the tens place to see if it's odd or even? No, we don't look there either. What about the ones place? Do we look in the ones place to see if a number is odd or even? Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and put a little check up top. I'm going to check the ones place because that's the place value I look in to see if the number is odd or even. So take 5 quick seconds to think, is this number odd or even, and how do you know? heard you and you're correct. The number 140 is even because there's a 0 in the ones place, and you know that 0 is even. One more time. You know the number 140 is even because there's a 0 in the ones place, and you know that 0 is even. So, yep, we got it. Great. I'm going to move this over here so you can see me get ready for the coin song. Coins, get ready. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. A penny's worth 1 cent, a nickel's worth 5 cents, a dime is worth 10 cents, a quarter 25. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. We know that this is it's a dime. How much is it worth? You got it. It's worth 10 cents. And how do we know that it's a dime? How do we know it's a dime? Okay, so of the pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters that are up here, it's the smallest coin. Okay. How else do you know it's a dime? Yep, because it has a straight line. 3 more. What is this called? You're right, it's called a nickel. How much is a nickel worth? 5 cents. And how do we know this is a nickel? How do we know this is a nickel if we were looking at all the coins? How would you know this coin's a nickel? Okay, because he has a thick collar. He does have a thick collar. Why else do we know this is a nickel? Because he has a braid. This is called you're right, it's called a penny. How much is it worth? Just 1 cent. How do we know this is a penny? You're right. All the other coins are facing this way, but the penny's facing back this way. It's all up in the Kool-Aid, but don't know the flavor. Last coin. This is called it's called a quarter. How much is it worth? That's right, 25 cents. How do we know this is a quarter? Okay, he has a curl. I see. He has a curl. Oh, it says $quarter as well. He has a curl and it says $quarter. Don't get tricked. We're getting ready to switch count. I might say count up by ones. I might say count back by ones. I can say count up by 5s or count back by 5s. Or I can say count up by 10s or count back by 10s. Think you can handle it? I know it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's time to switch count. It's time to count by ones. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Stop. Switch. Count up by 10s. 11, 21, 31, 41, 51. Stop. Switch. Count up by 1s. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Stop. Switch. Count up by 5s. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Stop. Switch. Count back by 1s. 120, 119. Ooh, my quarter fell. Let's go back to 120. Let me make sure these are all sticking up here. Actually, I'm going to take the coins down so it's easier to see. There we go. Let's go back to 120. 120, 119, 118, 117, 116, 115, 116, 114, 113, 112, 111, 110. Stop. Switch. Count up. Come back by 10s. 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Stop. Switch. Count up by 2s. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Stop. Switch. Count back by 10s. 50, a pat on the back. Give yourself another pat on the back and say, we got this. So easy. Now we're going to do something a little bit different that we haven't looked at in a while. I'm going to put my coins down here so I can flip my board over. We're going to look at some numbers and write them in expanded form. We're going to write them in expanded form means we're going to get a number and look at it in number form and then write it out in words. We're going to write it out by writing what number is in each place value. Place values are hundreds, tens, and ones. I'm going to do the first one, and then we can do the next two together. So let's look at this number. This number is 520. 520. What's the number? Say it fast. 520. So I'm always going to start with my place value that's the biggest. Is my ones the biggest? No. Is tens the biggest? No. What about hundreds? Hundreds is the biggest. I'm going to write a H for hundred, so I don't forget, a T for tens, and an O for ones. So when I'm breaking down this number, I'm going to look. Does it have hundreds? Yes, it does. And it has 5. So I'm going to write 5 hundredths. Then I'm going to put a little check because I already did the hundreds place. Then I'm going to go to the tens place. Let's see. 500. How many tens do we have? 2 tens. So I'm going to make a little comma, put 2 tens. And then we look at the last place value, give myself a check over the tens place because I already wrote it. And then how many ones? Are there any? Nope. So I'm just going to write 0 ones. So in the number 520, there's 5 hundredths, 2 tens, and 0 ones. It was helpful to label the number so I didn't get tricked when I wrote it out in expanded form. Let's try the number 74 together. How many ones are in the number 74? Yeah, just 4. So I'm going to write a O underneath the 4 so I don't forget. Are there any tens in the number 74? You're right. There's 7 tens. So I'm going to put a T underneath the 7 so I don't get tricked when I write it out in expanded form. Do we see any hundreds in this number? No, there's no hundreds. So I don't even need to write anything because there's no hundreds in this number. So now I'm going to start with what? Am I going to start with tens first or ones first? That's right. I'm going to start with tens first because that place value is bigger. So I'm going to write, how many tens do we have? 7. Good job. I'm going to write 7 tens. And how many ones? And 4 ones. It's so much easier when we label hundreds, tens, and ones underneath the number so we don't forget when we write it in expanded form. Let's go ahead and label the number 106. How many ones do we have? 6. I'm going to put a O under the 6. How many tens? 0 tens. I'm going to write a T under the 0. And how many ones? How many hundreds? Just 1. Ms. Ross got tricked. I told you the answer. Great. So I labeled hundreds, tens, and ones. Now I'm ready to write it. How many hundreds do we have? 100. Gonna give myself a check up top. How many tens? 0 tens. Put one more check. Last but not least, how many ones? And 6 ones. You all did such a great job looking at a number and writing it in expanded form. I think tomorrow we're gonna see a number in expanded form, and then we have to write the number. So today we looked at a number and wrote it in expanded form, but tomorrow the number will already be in expanded form, and then we have to rewrite the number. Bye, Kicksters. Bye, family.